The alien warlord, Admiral Crush of the Yard Dominion, stood frozen on the bridge of his flagship, his mandibles twitching in a mix of fury and disbelief. The humans, those unshaven, coffee-sipping, popcorn-munching humans, had turned what was supposed to be a swift and decisive conquest into a humiliating farce. Crush had expected a desperate last stand, a noble but futile resistance. Instead, he got a masterclass in psychological warfare, sabotage, and sheer audacity. As the Yard fleet limped away from Earth, their reactors failing and their pride in tatters, the human commander leaned back in his chair, sipping from his world's okayest dad mug. "Well," he said, grinning at his crew, "that went well." The room erupted in cheers, laughter, and the sound of popcorn being passed around. For humanity, this wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. In the end, the Yard Dominion learned a hard lesson. Never underestimate a species that spent millennia perfecting the art of trolling. As the alien fleet retreated into the void, the humans toasted their victory, knowing full well that the galaxy would never look at them the same way again. And somewhere, in the depths of space, Admiral Crush couldn't shake the feeling that he'd just been outplayed by the galaxy's most chaotic species. Expanding the story for a 10-minute video. The setup: Admiral Crush's arrival, midnight to 1:30. Open with a dramatic shot of the Yard Dominion fleet arriving in Earth's orbit. Show Admiral Crush on his flagship, delivering his ultimatum to humanity. Cut to the human delegation, a scruffy, unimpressed man in a wrinkled jumpsuit, sipping coffee and cracking jokes. Highlight the stark contrast between the Yard's militaristic seriousness and humanity's laid-back defiance. The first strike, a massive blunder, 1:30 to 3 o'clock. Show the Yard fleet launching their first attack, targeting Earth's orbital infrastructure. Dramatic explosions and fireballs in space as the humans watch from their command center, eating popcorn. Reveal the twist. The Yard had been firing at decoys, wasting their ammunition and accidentally destroying their own cloaked probes. Include a montage of humans laughing and placing bets on how long it would take the aliens to realize their mistake. The sabotage: hacking the fleet, 3 to 5 o'clock. Introduce the human tech team, a group of nerdy engineers and hackers in lab coats. Show them infiltrating the Yard systems, messing with their supply logs, and sabotaging their reactors. Include a humorous scene of the humans stealing alien rations and replacing them with Earth snacks. Highlight the Yard's growing confusion as their ships start malfunctioning. The psychological warfare: breaking Crush's resolve, 5 to 7 o'clock. Show the human commander taunting Admiral Crush over the comms, revealing how deeply they've compromised the Yard fleet. Include flashbacks to humanity's history of unconventional warfare, from guerrilla tactics to cyber attacks. Highlight Crush's internal struggle as he realizes the humans have outmaneuvered him at every turn. End the segment with the Yard fleet's reactors beginning to fail, forcing them to retreat. The aftermath: humanity's victory, 7 to 9 o'clock. Show the Yard fleet limping away from Earth, their ships damaged, and their morale shattered. Cut to the human command center, where the crew is celebrating with popcorn, coffee, and high fives. Include a montage of Earth's citizens reacting to the news, from cheering crowds to memes mocking the Yard. And with a final shot of Admiral Crush on his flagship, staring out at the stars, wondering how it all went so wrong. The message: humanity's place in the galaxy, 9 to 10 o'clock. Close with a reflective monologue from the human commander, explaining humanity's philosophy: we don't fight fair. We fight smart. highlight the broader implications of the victory. Humanity has proven that even a primitive species can outwit a technologically superior enemy. And with a humorous tagline, "Dear Galaxy, mess with Earth, and we'll turn your invasion into a comedy special." The Yard's desperation, a fleet in chaos, 10 to 11:30. As the Yard fleet attempted to regroup, the full extent of humanity's sabotage became clear. Ships that had once been the pride of the Dominion now drifted aimlessly, their reactors sputtering and their systems failing. Engineers scrambled to contain the cascading failures, but every fix seemed to trigger another malfunction. Admiral Crush, once a figure of unshakable authority, now paced the bridge, his mandibles clicking in frustration. "How could they do this?" he muttered, staring at the tactical display. The humans had not only outsmarted them, they had turned the Yard's own technology against them. The Human Command Center, a celebration of chaos, 11:30 to 1300 hours. Back on Earth, the Human Command Center was a scene of controlled chaos. Engineers high-fived each other, programmers danced around their desks, and the scruffy commander held court with his ever-present coffee mug. "All right, people," he said, raising his mug in a toast. "Let's not get cocky. We've still got a galaxy full of aliens who might think they can take us on. But for now, let's enjoy this win." The room erupted in cheers as someone cranked up the music, turning the command center into an impromptu dance party. The Yard's retreat, a humbling journey, 13 to 14:30. As the Yard fleet retreated, the humans continued to monitor their every move. "They're heading back to their home system," one of the techs reported. "But it's not going to be an easy trip." The sabotage had left the fleet in disarray, with some ships barely able to maintain thrust. Admiral Crush, now a shadow of his former self, issued orders to abandon any vessels that couldn't make the journey. It was a humiliating end to what was supposed to be a glorious conquest. The galaxy takes notice. Humanity's reputation, 1430 to 1600 hours. News of the Yard's defeat spread quickly through the galaxy. Other species, once dismissive of humanity's primitive technology, now regarded Earth with a mix of awe and fear. Diplomatic channels lit up with messages from alien civilizations, some offering alliances, others seeking assurances that Earth had no plans for galactic domination. The human commander, now a reluctant celebrity, found himself fielding interview requests from alien journalists. "We're not conquerors," he said in one broadcast, "but if you mess with us, we'll make sure you regret it." The aftermath, a new era for Earth, 16 to 1730. In the weeks that followed, Earth entered a new era of galactic prominence. The victory over the Yard Dominion had proven that humanity was a force to be reckoned with, not because of its weapons or technology, but because of its ingenuity and resilience. The scruffy commander, now a hero, returned to his quiet life, content to let others handle the diplomacy. But as he sat in his favorite chair, sipping coffee from his "World's Okayest Dad" mug, he couldn't help but smile. The galaxy had learned a valuable lesson: never underestimate the humans.